Ooh, I got this land done, but that is not why we're here. To everybody who has subscribed, thank you, thank you, thank you. Before I start this video, usually I do it at the end, but let's go ahead and get this out of the way, make it painless as possible. If you can for me, before you turn off, the average person's looking 2 minutes. Before you turn off in 2 minutes, it's not going to cost you anything to hit that thummy thing up or down. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you want to leave a comment, I try to answer all of my comments, unless they're negative, and then I just leave you on read because I don't have time. I don't have time for it, let me tell you. But if you could do one or two of those things for me, I greatly appreciate it. And with that, let's get into what we're going to talk about today. So I'm driving. I just got finished closing. You are either seeing the video before or after this, but this video I had promised you guys that I would do a story and or tell you a little bit more about my life. So it's the holiday season, and this is the season where everyone is supposed to be jolly and everyone is supposed to be nice and kind and gentle before, the beginning of the new year. But that's not always the case. There are a lot of people out there that are suffering from seasonal depression. It's a real thing. I've talked about it in a couple other videos. We'll continue to talk about it because it affects a lot of people, especially in the Midwest, I found. The Midwest this morning was gloomy. Now, if you're able to see on my screen, it's a little brighter, but it's just kind of gray. There's no leaves on the trees. It's cold. It was 19 degrees this morning. So people do suffer from seasonal depression. But the other thing, and the thing that I want to get into, and the thing that I want to share today is a time when holidays came around and I didn't have a place to go. And I was going through before this happened, a couple holidays, a couple Christmases, a couple Thanksgivings, a couple New Year's Eves, and it really helped me grow. But there was one guy, and this is my guy. I love this guy. He's one of the people that helped me through a lot, because I would have suffered through seasonal depression, and I was going through some things, and he had no idea, and I wasn't talking about it because it's sometimes when you get your feeling, you think that everybody is worried about what you're doing when they're really not. It weighs on your conscience. But I met this gentleman through my brother, and it was during the summer. It was right before my birthday, and my brother was at his job. I dropped my brother off to his job, and he introduced me. We're going to call this gentleman Pytek, and I'm not going to say his real name because now he's in law enforcement. We're not even going to go in what branch of law enforcement he is in, but he's a damn fine law enforcement officer, and I don't want any harm to come his way. So in order to eliminate that, I'm just not going to say his name. We're going to call him Pytek or Crew. Crew is your sensei or your master or your trainer or whatever thing for Muay Thai. Each martial art has a name for their sensei or master, whoever is teaching them. Well, in Muay Thai, they're called a crew, K-R-U. He was my crew. When I met him, I was kind of rude at first because I'm caught up in my feelings. And he didn't give a damn. He was still jolly. He's like, hey, nice to meet you. My brother was like, hey, Pytek, this is Pytek. It's nice to meet you. Hey, what's going on, man? And then my brother said, I wanted you guys to meet because you have something in common. You both love martial arts. And I thought that, maybe you could come and train. Pytek said, yeah, I train at such and such. I said, oh, I know where that is. Yeah, come down. First couple classes are free. Then we'll discuss how much, stuff is. I'm starting up this Muay Thai class. And I'm a boxer. So Pytek is a professional boxer. We'll give some background. He's a professional boxer. He has a black belt in Kung Fu. He is a blue belt in Judo, I do believe. I took some Judo, I took Kung Fu. I took boxing with him. I took Muay Thai. Grappling, or BJJ. I don't know what he is, but he does that too. Eskrima, which is stick fighting. We used to do that as well. So he likes to train. He just loves to train martial arts. But at this particular time, we were training Muay Thai. So I go down to the gym and we start training. And he said, well, this is how much it is per class. And I said, okay. He said, do you have any kids? I said, yes. I'd love to bring my kids. But this time my kids were small. And I guess my brother had explained the situation to him, that I was going through a divorce, and that I wanted to train and I wanted to get some activities for my kids, but I didn't have, a lot of money. So he said, okay, I'll do, I think it was like $30 a month, which at the time was a lot of money to me. I know it doesn't, that's like Taco Bell money to most people, or 2 pizzas a month. But I have child support coming out. I have all these other expenses, and I'm working 2 jobs. So he talked to the owner of the gym. Owner of the gym said, that's great. I understand. I'll take that. $30 a month. They just have to come, and be respectful of the gym. Of course, I'm going to be respectful of the dojo, the gym, whatever we're doing. So we trained Saturday, Sunday. We'd go, and it was like a family event a lot of times. We'd go and we'd train, and then we'd spar. And me and Pytek really got to know each other. We really got to become good friends. And by this time, the holidays have rolled around. So I've been training since April, May. By now it's almost Thanksgiving time. He said, hey, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? And I had really been a burden to my brother. I was over there, every night talking and things with him, and just having a rough go of it because my marriage was ending. And he has family, so he had to go and go to his wife's side of the family. They had stuff to do. People will do what they generally do on the holidays, and they go and see family.
Construction was reported on I-71.
Well, my family, besides my brother, was in South Carolina. And all my other brothers and sisters, they're doing stuff with their family. So it was just me. My kids, they wanted to stay with mom, or they would come over for an hour or so, and then they go home. So he said, hey, well, I'm going to be training. I usually train before Thanksgiving. Why don't you come train with me? Like, I don't have anything else to do. I had nothing planned. Nobody had really invited me. Yeah, let's train. So Thanksgiving, I went and trained with him in the morning. We did a regular training session, and I never told him what was going on. He just was that guy, just always happy, always go lucky. So we did that. Then Christmas time comes around. Hey, what are you doing? Before I open my gifts and things, I train. So we did that 2 or 3 years. I just would go and train with him, and it really helped me. So I'm not saying that you have to train or that you have to do boxing or anything like that. I am just saying that it really helped me. And again, this is my story, my experience. And for him to take the time out of his day on a holiday when he had a girlfriend and places to be and things, to come and make sure that my mental state was good and not say anything to me about it, was phenomenal. From there, we really built up a good rapport. And because I had trained with him, it opened up other martial arts opportunities for me. So we trained Muay Thai, and then we trained boxing. And boxing and Muay Thai are kind of the same. But then after that, it would be 3 or 4 months, and he said, "Oh, I take Kung Fu too. It's an exclusive class. It doesn't cost anything, but you just have to dedicate yourself. I see that you're dedicated. You come out and you do this. So let me talk to my Sifu and see if you can come to class." Yeah. So he talked to the Sifu. I got into Kung Fu doing that. Got a couple belts in Kung Fu. Then he's like, "Oh, well, I'm doing this Kung Fu thing, but I like to mix some stuff up. I do Judo." Now the Judo is, I know this guy, I've known him for years. He gives me a discounted rate, and it's like $20 a month. I said, "Yeah, hey, let's go to Judo." So we started going to Judo together. So I started taking Judo, I'm taking Kung Fu, I'm taking all these things, and I'm learning so much about the science and the art of martial arts, and how beautiful it was, and how you can get in the ring, and when that bell rings, you're trying to destroy that person, but once the bell rings again to stop, you're friends again. That's always amazed me. It's always amazed me how I can do it. First I thought, you can't do that, but you can. It's nothing personal. That's what teaches you a lot about life, at least to me. So I know that this one was a little bit lengthier, but that's what PyTech did for me. He knew what I was going through. He knew that I was getting a divorce, but he never said anything about that. It was just friendship. It was just knowing human nature, and that, hey, I can't save him. He has to save himself. But I can try to get something to take his mind off of it and show him that I am there for him, and not say anything to him about his mental state. And we're just going to have fun. So I don't know if there's anyone out there, again, that is either going through this, knows someone who's going through this, or can help. But sometimes it's just the fact of just being there. Hey, man, I'm thinking about you. Hey, if you don't have any place to go, you can come here. Just trying to be a really good friend, just trying to be a good person. And he was a good person all year round, not just Thanksgiving and Christmas. And we still talk today. Through our careers, where we've started and we've built up our careers, we've been together. Now, PyTech is 15 years younger than me. 15 to 18 years younger. He's a younger man than me, but for him to have that mental knowledge and thought process and just being a good human being helped me through a tough time. And so that reminded me of this story, because it's the holidays, because I see so many people that say it doesn't feel like the holidays anymore. I've had some death. I've lost my job. Some other things are happening. Just be kind to people. And that's all I can, that's all I could ask for. But it reminded me of really good times, because in order to be by yourself, you really have to self-reflect on what you've done, and you're the only one in your head. There's no chatter. It's you have to face yourself, and when you have to face yourself, you're gonna become stronger. With that, I'm getting ready to head into traffic. I hope you guys are having a good day. Big Unc out.